So let's talk about Moose and his food allergies. So it's not your typical food allergy that you'd think of, like anaphylactic reactions to peanuts or something. This is a non-mediated IgE reaction, meaning it's all internal. It's intestinal. It's really called food protein-induced enterocolitis. So that means if he eats something like dairy, any dairy product, not just milk or yogurt or cheese that you're thinking of, anything with non-fat milk, buttermilk, whey, casein, literally anything composed of dairy or anything composed of egg, he starts to vomit. And he vomits profusely and over and over and over and over again until we stop it. Before, we had to go to the ER, and they would give him Zofran to try to stop it, and give him the other protocol is to hook him up to an IV so that he doesn't get dehydrated, because when this happens, he will vomit for hours at a time in multiple times. So last time in 2 hours, he vomited 17 times. Before we brought him to the ER, hoping maybe, just maybe each time it would be the last time, because depending on how much exposure he's had, it can slow down on its own, and we don't have to intervene. But we worry about the risk of dehydration. So last reaction was due to probably cross-contamination. It wasn't even him actually probably consuming. Right here, bud. It wasn't him actually consuming, something dairy or egg. It was more of something was fried in there that had recently been, coated in, say, a buttermilk crisp or something like that. That likely contaminated his food. So it's really touchy. He is still, we'll say, he's soy light, meaning he can have soy lecithin in soybean oil now without any reactions. But soy, flour, any soy protein, we have to be careful and still really limit what he's exposed to, or else that makes him basically have an extremely bad stomach ache and diarrhea. But we haven't experienced any vomiting from it, so that's a little less on our radar now. So he is going to make it extremely difficult eating out, because everywhere we go, the girls use butter or have also grilled something with cheese on them. So we have to worry about cross-contamination because it is that serious. And also, most things contain dairy, surprisingly. You want to go get chicken tenders at a restaurant, but they're coated, dipped in milk first, or coated in breadcrumbs with Parmesan mixed in. So there's just, it's never ending. So his options are generally pretty limited. If we go to something that doesn't list an allergy menu, generally he can have salad, which he doesn't like. Yeah. Or he can have sometimes fries, if they are real potatoes that they actually sliced up and are frying. So yeah, it's very, it's very, very hard. Our safe places right now to generally be able to eat something is Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, not your best option, but one of the few, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Chipotle. So it's pretty much what we rely on if we ever eat out. If we go somewhere else, you're looking at him and I not eating. Why am I not eating? Because I'm still breastfeeding him. He has no desire to wean anytime soon. Excuse me. Are you done eating? So anything that I consume with dairy and eggs passes on to him through breast milk, and so he ends up reacting. So mostly what he eats is food that we make for him from scratch, or the safe foods. Like right now he has a chickpea veggie patty, which he's starting to get tired of, as you can see. Prior to this, he was just eating some turkey meatballs with veggies in them that I have made for him. Most everything we make for him in batches, we freeze it, and then heat it up and he eats it for, you know, lunch. Or breakfast, he eats pancakes that I've made especially for him. So that brings us to hotel breakfast. When you go to the continental breakfast, they never list any ingredients. Everything is in like a container, and you're not sure if it's, you know, Cheerios brand Cheerios or an Olive brand and what their ingredients are. And most times in my experience so far, the people who work at the food have no interest in even checking. They just simply don't care. So if it's not labeled, like, you know, their pancake mix, like their pancake mix or waffles or anything, you just have to automatically assume no. So finding something for him and I for breakfast is going to be difficult, and he's to the point where when he sees people eating around us, he wants whatever they're eating, but he doesn't understand he can't have it.
Can we tell them why you're upset? Can we tell them why you're upset now? Because Carter got a snack even though you just finished
Eating along the road is going to be so hard because a lot of these places do not have those chain restaurants that we generally would frequent because we know they have one or two safes. We will have to ask so many questions, and you will probably see us run into a lot of frustrating experiences along the way, and lots of hunger, and lots of unhealthy snacks. Well, not necessarily unhealthy, but just living on snacks rather than meals for him. We plan on doing a lot of picnic lunches along the way. One, to cut down on cost. Two, we know he's eating something like you know, a ham sandwich, peanut butter and jelly, occasional hot dogs if we're somewhere with you know, a microwave or what have you along the way to prepare it. You know, tuna sandwiches, things like that. He will generally eat. So we're going to try to figure out lunch along the way. Crackers with, you know, pepperoni and sliced meat. So yeah, that's a little bit about our food journey and why it's going to be difficult, and because he's used to having meals that we make and there's not a lot of places to eat out. But we love fruit, right? You love blackberries, and you love blueberries, and grapes, and bananas. And so we will have all of those in our cooler that we'll keep getting at grocery stores along the way. So that's good because he at least will have something to eat. And makes up a huge part of his diet. Huh. Yes. Can you tell everybody hi? Say hi. Say, I'm still growing great even though I have a limited diet. Huh. We figured it out. We have some snacks along the way that we will live on. But yeah, so join us for our frustrating experiences trying to order out continuously with very limited opportunities. It's going to be fun. Say bye! Bye-bye!